All right, so recently watched Cabin Fever, the original, I guess, because there's a remake of this apparently. Um, and I watched the the commentary. I listened to the commentary also, and it's just Eli Roth, and it is pretty interesting actually. If you have the Blu-ray, check out the commentary because it's pretty good. You know, he kind of just goes through his process in making the movie. He talks about film school and how him and his couple of his friends just wanted to make a movie they would like. He talks about how a lot of people in film school, they they want to make like a serious movie, like about a social issue. He like talks about homelessness, and they're like, he's like, I know people that are like, I'm making a movie about homelessness and it's gonna be important and I'm gonna fix the issue. And then he's like, and they end up making, like a movie where there's homeless people in it, but they're across the street and they never even interact with them. And he said, like, said something interesting. He said, we wanted to make a movie that we would actually want to watch and enjoy. So I think that's why this movie works for me. Because I feel like Eli Roth is having a great time making it. I think all the acting's pretty good. And it's, kind of frightening. Especially, back then it was kind of fresh. I mean, there were movies like Outbreak and stuff, but those try and be a little more serious. I think this has like a sense of humor to it that I like. It's got a good cast. Eli Roth is very hit or miss for me, though, because I like this. I liked Thanksgiving. I don't know. I wasn't big on Hostel because it's just kind of like a torture porn. But it's been a while. I liked his Grindhouse. Oh no, that's Robert Rodriguez. But there is a fake trailer segment with Thanksgiving. So he did Knock Knock. He did The Green Inferno. I haven't seen those. The House with the Clock in Its Walls. Oh, that's with Jack Black. I've never seen that. Finn. Oh yeah, he did Borderlands last year, 2024. Ooh, wow, that looked bad. But I liked Thanksgiving, so I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll go back and watch Cabin Fever. And if you can, yeah, I'd recommend the commentary. But yeah, this movie, it's got Joey Kern in it. He's got a few great scenes in Super Troopers. I was just watching the opening of that movie. He's in the car with those guys, and they're all on drugs, and then the cops are messing with him. Has Ryder Strong. Oh, who was in Boy Meets World? Yeah, I was like, what is this guy in? That's right, he's in Boy Meets World. Forgot about that. But yeah, basically they're five college graduates rent a cabin in the woods and begin to fall victim to a horrifying flesh-eating virus, which attracts the unwanted attention of the homicidal locals. And that's pretty much it. And slowly they get sick. The blonde girl gets sick first. There's a pretty memorable scene with Ryder Strong and her in bed. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. His hand's all bloody, and that's when it pretty much breaks out. James DeBello kind of plays like a kind of like the dumb meathead. But he is pretty good in it as the dumb meathead. I've known guys like that. Like maybe not the smartest guy, but you know, it was fun. You know, fun to have a couple beers with him. You know, we had Joey Kern, Jordan Ladd, Cerna Vincent, and there's some funny jokes. There's some funny humor in the beginning. It's kind of like you're like, whoa, what like what like it's kind of shocking. In the end, there's some funny humor. Especially, this is all spoilers. In the end, Joey Kern is so obsessed with staying alive and not getting sick, and he gets a 6-pack of beer, or he takes all of his beer and just runs off into the woods, you know, so that he'll survive by himself. He abandons his girlfriend, and you know, in the end, he's like, "Oh, I made it! I made it!" And then all the like the sheriff, I guess, some sheriffs they just kill everyone, because it's kind of like in the South, and they're like good old boys, and you know, they're like, who's gonna know about this? And they're like, there's some virus, and we're just gonna, you know, they just kill everyone and burn all the bodies. But in the end, they get theirs though, because Ryder Strong is bleeding out into the water, and they're about to drink some lemonade that has the water that is infected. So, and you know, the movie just takes place in one cabin, as the title says, and they're basically slowly being picked off. The makeup on Jordan Ladd, when they show that she's been in, then they put her in a separate little cabin shed, and the virus just like eats her face off. That was pretty brutal. And then Ryder Strong has to just kill her. I think he kills her with like a shovel or like a pickaxe, and that's pretty brutal. So there's some good makeup, and like when the homeless guy is like has bleeding out and he has blood all over him, and then they end up just beating him up, and then he's in their car and he's like spewing blood everywhere, and it's like, man, like the car's all infected. This movie just has a good feeling of like dirty, you know, like it's not clean. Definitely paranoia about a virus, which, you know, a few years ago was definitely a thing. So it's kind of maybe ahead of its time, actually. And I'd probably say this is his best movie. I'm not sure. I haven't seen them all, but I've seen like 4 of them. I'd probably say I like this the best, and then Thanksgiving. But it did make a profit. I mean, its budget was only $1.5 million. Its box office is $30.6 million. So this kind of set up Eli Roth's career, and I'm not sure when him and Tarantino, because like they're like really good friends, and obviously Eli Roth is an actor that's in Inglourious Bastards. He's actually plays multiple roles in this movie too. He's like the party guy that runs into them in the middle when they're around a campfire telling stories. There's also a scene that's almost the exact same scene that's in A Violent Nature that's in this movie. But there's a similar scene to that's in Friday the 13th and The Fog. So, but he plays that guy, and he has drugs, and then there's the story that they tell when they're around the campfire that about this guy and, you know, whatever. He's got this bald head. That's Eli Roth. And I think he plays one of the cops at the end too. Which makes sense because you don't got much money, so, you know, he's like, I'll be an extra, I'll do this. And, you know, he's done some acting gigs, so, you know, he's okay. He's kind of over the top, but yeah, it made over 30 million. I think the end is pretty funny that they all just get killed, but then in the end, those sheriffs are going to also. But yeah, if you can, check out the commentary. I thought it was actually really interesting, and it's just him saying how they made the movie, talks about the cinematographer. He talks about how some of these guys got hired. And throughout the movie, I was like, what is that guy in? The Jordan Ladd. And then later on, I was like, oh man, Super Troopers, that's right. So, which was a year before, I think that was a year before this, Super Troopers. So, but, yeah, if you could do me a favor and smash that like button, be great. It really helps the channel. And Cabin Fever, it's only like an hour. It's only an hour and a half. You know, it doesn't overstay its welcome. Nice body horror, or as I would kind of say, maybe it's less body horror because really there's only a few shots of that. I'd say it's more like a paranoid horror, like about a virus. That's kind of what I would say, instead of like a body horror, which is more like The Fly or something you would see Cronenberg make. I'd say it's more like that. But yeah, that's about it. See you next time.